What's up, everybody? It's Shanda here, and I am bringing us our channel message for June 14th, 2026, going into this next week. And y'all, today is a new moon in Gemini, okay? And the message that I got from Spirit, the first word I heard was rigid. This week, let go of being so rigid, of being so everything has to go according to plan. Everything has to go according to my Google Calendar. Everything has to go according to my agenda. And as soon as something is out of whack, not even out of whack, thank you, Spirit. As soon as something just don't go according to your plan, you are like taking it as a personal failure. You are feeling like it is the end of the world. You are rethinking your past like 10, 15 years of life choices, and Spirit is like, please, please let go of being so rigid. You're more rigid than you think. You think because you practice being grounded and you practice your journaling that does not make you rigid. And you're even being rigid about that. So Spirit is like, this week, color outside the lines. Like, let yourself do something outside the box. Like, feel a little liberated, you know. For my African Americans, this Friday is Juneteenth. So really tapping into that energy of liberation and joy and rest as resistance. And for everyone, this week is about coloring outside the lines was like the phrase Spirit kept giving me. Like, color outside of the lines. Like, color outside of the lines. Let yourself color outside the lines. Go hear that band on a Wednesday night. I know you don't usually do it, but tap into, thank you, Spirit, tap into what still feels like joy and stop being rigid about your joy. Like, stop only letting yourself experience certain types of joy. Color outside the lines. Try something new. It's the only way you're going to really start to see where you're still wearing a mask and where you're still choosing things that feel in alignment. The only way you're going to see those things is if you let yourself like live. You're hiding behind the structure and the rigidness of your wellness and your spiritual practices and your disciplines because there's still a fear of kind of like I'm hearing like going off the wall and doing too much. And Spirit is in this new moon in Gemini, especially. Thank you, Spirit. It's calling in our duality. Use this week, use this energy of the new moon in Gemini for you to see all of your sides and accept all of your sides. For you to see all of your sides and begin to figure out how to love all of your sides, not just the ones that feel acceptable or feel proper or feel like they're following protocol. And if this is for you, you already know. And that's okay too. Yeah. hmm And Spirit is saying, you know, step outside of your comfort zone this week. If you're invited to that thing, that event, say yes. Nobody's saying you got to stay the whole time. Go for 30 minutes and just see what happens. See who you meet. Ask for some divine alignment. Your answers might be being prayed by you giving a yes and not being so rigid and sticking to this. Well, I got to do this and that 6 o'clock. I do this and that 7 o'clock. I do this. And nothing's wrong with the discipline. Spirit has really been on us lately about discipline. Now we're being asked to balance discipline with exploration and duality and still having the space to be figuring it out, to not know what the next 5 years are going to look like, to not always have a plan, to not always have the answers, to not always know what's next. And this new moon in Gemini is asking us to embrace those parts of ourselves that still don't know, embrace those parts of ourselves that are still figuring it out, embrace the part of ourselves that still doesn't have the answers, and know that we're still worthy, we're still enough, we're still deserving of joy. Everything is still going to work out for our highest good. We're still able to receive blessings. We're still able to receive opportunities, even when we don't know, even when it's a little messy, even when we don't have the answers. It does not mean we won't be blessed. It does not mean we don't deserve good things. And so let this week be your proof. Let this week be your proof. Let this week be your proof that it can still work out without the answers. Let this week be your proof that you can still have fun without being reckless. Let this week be your proof that exactly where you are is okay and it's enough and you're still worthy of joy. Embrace your free will this week. Embrace your free will, the freedom to choose a good time, the freedom to choose something new, the freedom to try a new thing and be bad at it, and it's okay. To try a new thing and be okay at it, and it's okay. Live, live. I know you got a lot going on. I know you got a lot on your mind. It does not mean you still shouldn't be living. Thank you, Spirit. All right, let me see what chakra comes up for us, y'all. Spirit, what chakra needs healing this week? Ooh, okay. All right. And then we got root chakra for self sufficiency. And our affirmations are by finding material security without being materialistic, I will gain satisfaction, stability, and inner strength. I am resourceful. I put in the effort to be responsible for supplying fundamental needs in my life, such as shelter, food, water, and clothing. I take responsibility for where I now find myself in life. As I move forwards, I get in touch with and trust my innate wisdom, which tells me that I will be provided with all that I need. Like, y'all, we can't make this up. Spirit is like, can you please go live your life because you're going to be all right? Can you please go live your life because we told you we got you? Can you please go live your life because you will be provided for? And again, we're not asking you to be impulsive and be reckless. We're asking you to trust where you are on your journey. We're asking you to trust that it's all going to work out. We're asking you to trust to let it unfold. And so that trust really taps into our root chakra. And our root chakra is that lower half of our body. So think of like the base of your spine all the way down to your feet. It's what keeps us grounded and connected into the earth. So our experiences, our emotions that are connected to that root chakra, that's where they're stored in the body. So as you go through this week, really allow yourself, whether you're doing your workout, whether you're doing your movement, whether you're just going for a walk, really allow for it to be things that are going to require you to really plant your feet into the ground, feeling stable, but still being flexible, feeling stable, but you can still feel yourself moving without feeling stuck. Right. So, especially if you're going for a walk, try to walk outside, be connected to nature, be connected to the trees, allow for yourself to be grounded. For my people who are healing with crystals, we have red jasper. Thank you, Spirit. We have red jasper. I also just heard black tourmaline for people who are really needing to clear out some heavy negative energy around not being able to trust yourself. So one of the things I always share with clients is when you're working with really heavy clearing crystals like a black tourmaline, make sure you balance it out. Like make sure you replace that energy that you're clearing out with something else. So come back in with a red jasper, come back in with a tiger's eye, come back in, give me another one, Spirit. Okay, I just heard labradorite. So come back in with a crystal that's going to put something in. So don't just like clear yourself out and then you just walking around like an open wound. Really put some energy back in to that chakra, all right, that you're healing and that you're working with, okay? And then food, yeah. I'm hearing really hearty salads this week, y'all. So making sure we're getting our greens. And thank you. Spirit just said greens and grains. Greens and grains, okay? So making sure we're getting our greens and our grains. Again, eating from the earth, food that's not going to weigh us down. However, food that's still going to keep us grounded, okay? Anything else, Spirit? Right, be my thing. Right, yeah. I heard from like people who are drinking coffee. If you drink a lot of coffee, be sure to like speak groundedness over your coffee. Speak energy into your coffee of keeping you grounded so you don't, yes, you want the energy, but also making sure that you don't feel so impulsive and sporadic this week. So really make sure you're doing some prayers over your coffee, asking it to keep you grounded, asking it to keep you in your body so that you get the energy that you're looking for, but you also don't feel like you're about to. I'm almost seeing like the cartoon, the road runner, when he's like, meet me. Like I'm seeing like that kind of thing. So it doesn't turn you into a road runner. So right, they saying so the coffee does what it's actually supposed to do, and that you're not becoming super impulsive. And I just see somebody that feels like they're out of control of themselves, but they can't help themselves from drinking the coffee. So if that is you and if that resonates, that is your note for your coffee this week. And y'all already know, when in doubt, water it out. Speak life into your water. Pray over your water. Ask your water what you need it to do within your body and on that cellular level. Okay. Let me see if we got anything else this week, y'all. All right. Nope. That's it. All right, y'all. Color outside the lines. Live a little bit. Breathe a little bit. Okay? Y'all got this. Hmm. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right, y'all. If you want to go a little bit deeper, head over to the website. The link is in the bio and in the description below. Okay. You can book an ancestral reading, get some step by steps on what you need to be doing to heal your specific wounds and get that guidance from your ancestors. Head over to the apothecary to get the tools that you need, your crystals, your herbs, your healing candles, your oils, anything you need for your rituals to help you ascend into your higher self. All right. Keep going, keep growing, keep healing. And until next time, y'all, peace.